Is the guitar boom over? Stay with us. We're going to explore this idea in depth. It's me, Baxter.
And me, Jonathan.
And he's finally back.
I know, I can tell that a good guitar player's been here.
Yeah,
I'm glad we're back to just a mediocre guitar player.
Your bench has been soiled with greatness.
I know, God.
And like just much more attractive. He uses hair product too.
He smells good.
He smells good. He's got like this nice aura to him and muscles. We're talking about Corey Congelia again. Anyway, let's get into the guitar business. So we saw him Philip Knight's channel the other day too about the guitar. He's talking about guitar booms. So we're gonna get into this because there's and we love Philip's channel. So it was like this was good fodder for us to also dig. But we're going to talk to all of our manufacturers, all of our friends in the universe that buy guitars like us. I just bought one from another shop, and all of the who else is in this game? I just went blank.
The credit card companies.
Talk to them too, but also other shops as well. So, yeah, the guitar boom might be over. And no.
Sort of.
It's tricky. It's over in some places, it's not in other places. But let's go with the yes part first.
Sort of.
So whose fault was this? Was it our fault, the consumers? Because we bought so many freaking guitars during the pandemic?
I'm going to say give ourselves a break.
No, but it was...
Take it easy yourself.
It was madness, right?
No, it was madness,
a little bit.
And we were talking about it before, and I've never seen like new players buy like 9 guitars before they could play. You know what I mean? In a year, in like a 9-10 month period. And
it was great too, because like I remember the articles before, like is electric guitar and acoustic guitar dead? Like I remember the article that was in one of the major publications where George Groom was in it, and was like, yeah, it's over, it's dead. And they're like, but bam, the biggest explosion ever. And it's an unreal expectation for that to continue indefinitely in any business cycle.
It would be interesting to hear George's opinion on that now, like how he feels like that kind of
I was wrong.
Or he might just say, no, this is just the death throes. This is the last hurrah. I don't know.
See, I don't think that at all, because we'll get into that later.
I don't think that, but...
No, but what you were saying was true, though, because it was this new boom of players and buyers came in, and what was unique about it, normally new players and buyers are young. This was a group of players and buyers that were middle-aged to old, that were buying really nice guitars for the first time, and multitudes of them.
Right.
And so that created this strange, I was part of this problem, this strange expectation from the manufacturers that we got to keep building more. Yeah. And they didn't sort of take the foot off the pedal, right? They kept going.
Squeeze that lemon.
Until the juice runs down your leg. It always makes me think of Dylan when I say that. Not Bob Dylan, but Dylan who works with us.
Dylan, our Dylan. I knew Dylan.
No, I can't really say that's the fault, though. Was it the manufacturer's faults? I mean, maybe partly.
Yes.
No.
Let me clear it up.
We got a secret thing that everyone's gonna be happy at the end of this. Don't worry, it's getting there. Just stay with me. It's like a great this one great comedian I started watching. Anyway,
but it is weird because you can in a weird way. It's like victim shaming. How dare you consumers buy all these guitars and consume? I
did have one guy buy 54 guitars.
That is crazy.
Not from us. We wouldn't do that. That's unscrupulous business, I think, when you're just doing that to somebody.
But we talk about this like these investors coming in, these companies where it's just about a bottom line. It is a weird mix up where you wonder if they're looking towards the future.
Well, it's tricky. So the manufacturers realized the greatest increase in profits in the history of their businesses at the same time paired with the greatest increase in cost to the customer.
Yes.
And that was the trick. That might have been part of this problem too. So we've seen outrageous increases across all of the MI world, musical industry.
You also have to say, this is such a weird, perfect storm of things, because it's also probably the greatest increase of raw materials and a scarcity of things, right? And I guarantee you some of them thought, damn it, all these people want guitars and we can't build guitars right now. So there had to be this sense of catch up, build guitars now, build them.
Buy anything at any cost. And there's also, we're living in a truly global environment. This is where it gives the manufacturers a bit of an out too, is that I see it from their perspective as well. I've worked at other jobs. It's strange. So big major companies that make the MI seem small, like Viacom.
We forget that it is weird. It is small.
No, but compared to Apple, Apple could buy all of the music industry and just be like, thanks. Facebook,
shut it down.
I mean, Meta. No, but the global economy we're working right now, the fuel prices, the shipping, the container costs, getting everything from the overseas, like the manufacturers, like, holy cow, this stuff's expensive all of a sudden. What do we do? So I feel like they almost had to take the price increases that they hit that affected all their overseas imports, and they had to spread that across the board into their USA and, you know, the core type of items that they've been known for having a slower increase in prices. They sort of like, boop, throttled it.
I mean, see, that makes sense to me, because if the import guitar suddenly is here, and here was your, you know, your higher end USA thing, you need that bigger gap. So that makes sense.
$50 on like a USA build guitar is not that much realized to the consumer. It's like those credit card companies that was like, hey, you don't have to do credit card fees anymore. Just pay 3%. We'll charge it to your customer instead on top of it. It's like they might not feel that. It's like when you're buying a piece of pizza, you don't feel it. When you're buying a small, low price guitar as much, you don't feel it. But you
$5,000 guitar though.
3% you're going to feel.
You start to feel. That's a whole different strange thing we've been talking about.
I see it.
This trend, yeah.
And they also, the markets were flooded. We've done a whole video series on that, where, like, you know, because of this boom, the manufacturers flooded the markets.
Yes.
You know, with like all the overseas stuff, and they're having a heck of a time getting rid of it. They're offering like massive sales from their direct sites sometimes, which, you know, if that's what you gotta do,
it's great.
I mean, that helps destroy the entire business itself. That's
awesome.
Another story. But then here comes I was thinking about everything else. Like, we're still buying lots of houses. We're still buying lots of fancy cars.
I mean, I bought 3 houses last week.
I mean, it's true. They were doll houses.
They were doll houses.
No, but we're still going out to restaurants. The restaurants are booked. They're packed. They're in, because I was like, man, maybe the economy is just slowed up in some ways, or maybe the sales. And then, but no, we're all still buying stuff. And I looked at our books. And I was like, wait, nothing has slowed up. And like we started laughing about it. I was like, you know, a bunch of really nice guitars found homes last week.
Yeah.
And this week already. And it's like, it's this weird sort of like conflated thing. Like, it is slowing up in some places, but it's definitely not in other places. I'll dig into that a little bit more, but let's go into maybe problem 3. The credit.
No.
What
do you mean, Baxter? Credit's wonderful.
When you told me today that people are buying groceries on credit,
yes,
I didn't know that was a thing.
Or at least you can, right? Like there is there's all these services where...
Not just credit card, but...
Well, there's these things where like you click and you know, instead of paying your $100 bill today, you pay $25 today, and in 2 weeks $25 more, and in 2 weeks after that $25 more.
Small little surcharge.
Yeah, like break things up into 4 payments, or you know, and obviously we all know there's the Affirm and the Synchrony, you know, 48-month no interest thing, which is shrinking, by the way.
So I believe like Affirm in October 29th, 2021 hit its record high of its shares.
Wow.
It was over like, I think it was $164 a share. Today it's at $17 a share. So people were financing everything. Like Affirm's one of the major guitar like financiers, and like Synchrony's another major one. But everybody's financing. But then the reason the shares have gone down so much is default, because we are all living on this financing type of cycle instead of actually just buying the guitar with the money that we've saved.
But I mean, even through like, you know, PayPal is always saying, hey, you could buy this thing, you know, interest free from us and split it into however many payment. Like even PayPal, they target me because I'm poor. So I get all these. I know about this stuff.
No, I've been getting these too lately, which is making me feel like, am I like Jonathan now?
Yeah.
I don't want to be one of those.
Almost.
Oh no, things were so good for a little bit. Oh no, but so then I take the blame away from the manufacturers, and I put it back firmly in my court some ways, and be like, hey, like, you know, we are living in a different cycle. And my father always taught me, if you can't pay for it, don't buy it. Like I sort of live that way. And it's hard though, because we live in a world where like we're see so many great things and so many awesome things we all want to have. So it's not anybody's fault in particular. But then back to what I was saying about a minute and a half ago, it's not really affecting everyone the same way.
I blame YouTube.
I know. Blame us. Us talking heads up.
Comparison, the thief of joy. Wasn't that the saying? I don't know.
No, but like, I was talking to some of my other major shop friends, and like, we're all selling a lot of guitars still.
That's true.
It hasn't slowed up. We are catching up on inventory, finally getting pieces in that we've been like sort of desperate for the past 2 years, but then they sell and they find great homes.
Yeah, we're not hitting that thing where like, oh crap, suddenly we have all this stuff and it's not going anywhere. Like we have it, but it is going to find homes, like you said.
And that's sort of that's across the board. I think the fever of 2021 and that Yeah, that was the year. I was like, God, it's been so. 2020 was the year of the plague, right?
I still don't know what year it is.
I know. Is it 2023 right now?
Yes, it is.
Okay, I was like, is it 24 yet? I hope not. This has been a cool year. It's been a fast year. I feel like
It's been a very fast year. It's
like
almost
summer
the end of July-ish, almost
over,
yeah.
which is weird. I feel like August, summer's over now.
Yeah.
No, so it's a strange conundrum.
Well, yeah.
Because it's not. It seems like the boom is over, or it is not too. It's like I don't know. I haven't really felt that it's ended. I feel something in the air.
Well, you and I were talking. I feel like there was this frenzy through the what we really call the main part of the boom, but it seems like now it's just a lot of that has gone away, but things are still moving really steadily and quicker than they were.
Well, and this is what I think the end of it is like. All the shops that I've talked to, they all have fantastic businesses, and they've built great business models. They're owned by the original owners, most of them. There's no private equity involved.
Right.
They're not, they do their bean counting in a very different way. Their bean counting is done to build a great business, support their team and their families that work there, so everyone has a great job and makes a decent, living, and enjoys where they are. And that's been the case for us too, fortunately. And I've seen that with my friends that have shops out there. It's a really weird and it's a fun, beautiful game. I love the world of music.
Yes.
But it's difficult sometimes.
Yeah.
But man, it's fun. And the people that have the right hearts and the right attitudes and, a little business savvy here and there are still doing pretty darn well. I'd say beyond darn well. So I don't know. It's tricky. Things have changed. So if you go into Guitar Center, it's a different experience. As far as not saying the shops, I still love some of my favorite places are Guitar Centers.
Yeah.
I still go there, but for the books, it's just a different thing, and that's where the manufacturers, as we've talked about, are terrified.
Yeah.
Of something happening there, because if that goes away, it's a whole different floor plan for them.
They got to sell everything through Amazon then.
God bless.
Going to pivot.
The overlords at Amazon. Just that's our thoughts on it so far, and I think it's sort of our insights and. And thanks for for tuning in and watching this long. Click like, subscribe.
Hit the old bell.
And welcome back to old Johnny. The mischief for a little bit there.